I'm bigcal and welcome to my world. Today is another recent video games pickups video, this time focusing on Nintendo Switch pickups. Firstly then, some hardware, and these are Joy-Cons. Yeah, my original Joy-Cons broke years ago, and since then I replaced them with the Hori SplitPad Pro, which are fantastic controllers, nice big and bulky, better D-pad. And they only work in handheld mode though, and then I have a Pro controller when I'm playing on the TV and things like that. But I did want some more Joy-Cons for the more dedicated motion controls, the gyro and things, because the Pro controller can do that, but it is a bit cumbersome and not quite the same as holding just a one Joy-Con or whatever. So finally picked those up. And then because there, I finally picked those up and could buy some more motion control based games, I pre-ordered this one. Duck, Quack, Shoot. I was a little bit disappointed when I realised that there wasn't a game inside, it was just a code on a piece of paper, not even a code in a box, but just a code in a piece of paper. But the main reason that I did buy it, unfortunately, was for the controller. Which is this beauty. It is basically a duck cannon, and you've got your little sights here, you can lift these up to see through. Yep, hold it like that, you got a nice little target, and then you just press the button on the Joy-Con you stick into here. Yeah. Unfortunately, the game plays like complete and total garbage. You calibrate the gyro controls at the beginning, you get it all in the centre, and then as soon as you move a little bit too fast to the left or the right, it just goes to hell and you have to recalibrate it all the time, and you just can never barely shoot anything. So, yeah, super very basic game as well. Probably not going to get much fun out of it. Maybe with more than one player. I assume it's multiplayer. Single and local multiplayer modes, yeah, so it's probably a bit more fun multiplayer, but single player modes and with how it controls, yeah, it is kind of sucky. But I do really like the gun controller, so I might use that for some other games. Maybe get House of the Dead remake, shoot them with ducks, see how they like it. Right, moving on then to another motion control game, and it is Spooky Spirit Shooting Gallery. And this is a decently fun point-blank style shooting gallery game with a ghost theme. Again, it's probably more fun with multiplayer, but single player mode, I had a decent enough time with it, and it definitely worked a lot better with aiming and shooting than the Duck Quack Shoot game did. This one, not many websites seem to sell it, and the ones that did, it was a little bit pricey, but I went on the actual website of, Axis Games, the developers or publishers or whatever of it, and it was cheaper to order on there with free delivery. So if you're interested in picking it up, get it directly from them. Yeah, so not bad, not great, but it was a budget title. I'm okay with it. Next then, we have a game that I haven't even opened because I own it digitally already, but I wanted the physical release from Super Rare Games, and that is Tinykin. And Tinykin, like I said, it's already out digitally, and I do own it digitally already on the Switch. I just wanted the physical version of it, because unfortunately it is a limited release. So the game is a 3D platformer mixed with Pikmin style gameplay, and it is just absolutely fantastic, and I highly recommend playing it. So, while we're here, I might as well open it, because it's got some goodies inside of things, nothing amazing, but let's just open it up and see. So, obviously it comes with a Super Rare Games sticker. Not going to do anything with that. Super Rare Games always come with little card packs based on the game title. Never actually opened any of them, but they do sell like the card things that you put them in so you can collect them all. Yeah, and then the actual game. got it open. Yeah, the actual game comes with obviously the game on cartridge and a nice little instruction manual as well. I can put those in there, keep them nice and safe. Come on, shut properly. There we go. Yeah, Tinykin. I'm probably not going to play the physical cart version because I do own it digital, but it is a great one to add to the collection. I was happy to support them and buy a physical copy. Next then we have Shin Megami Tensei 5. This is the 5th game in the main series of which Persona is a spin-off to. It is a solid turn-based JRPG with mechanics that people are more likely to be more familiar with from Persona, such as myself. However, they do kind of lack the flair and personality of Persona, so it might be a little bit difficult for some to get into, myself included. Yeah, so it just doesn't have that sort of colourful, like I said, personality that Persona games tend to have. It is a little bit darker and grungier, and yeah, it can be a little bit off-putting, but the combat system, really, really good. I always enjoy that. You know, you've got your Persona monsters that you have part of you, and you can collect them and sort of thing, kind of like Pokemon. Get them on your team, you can merge them, make more powerful monsters and things to fight with. Yeah, so I finally picked this up because it's like, oh, the game's going up in price, and you know, Shin Megami Tensei games tend to end up being expensive. A couple of console generations later, probably not going to print much more of it. And then about a week after I bought it, they announced the expanded version with more content. Because bloody typical. So I probably am going to pick that up at some point, but I might get the PS5 version of that one. So it'll run and look a bit nicer, and then I don't basically have two versions of the same game on the Switch. Yeah, so I am glad to have picked it up, the original version, but I probably am going to wait now. I've played a couple of hours into it. I'm probably just going to stop now and wait and get the enhanced version with the more content on the PS5 and then play through it properly. Yeah. Oh. Next, another RPG, and it is The Outbound Ghost. And this one is a Paper Mario style RPG that doesn't really have the greatest reviews online, but still seems to be an average game, which is perfectly fine as not all games are going to be masterpieces. I only played it for a short time, but I definitely had fun with it, with my only real complaint being that load times going into battles are far too long. I paid under £10 for this, so bit of a bargain, and for the price I paid, I am more than happy with it. If it was a full price game, I can see people being a bit iffy on it, but it's not. So yeah, pick it up, give it a try if you love the Paper Mario games. Seems to have a lot of personality to it. The combat system is decently fun. You've got your button presses and things, your timed actions or whatever they call it. Yeah, so seems like a decent enough game that not enough people praise. Yeah, so maybe it gets a little bit worse as it goes along. I don't know, but for the time I played it, I enjoyed it. Yeah. Right. Oh. Everybody 1-2 Switch. I got this for £5 brand new recently, and I genuinely thought it was the first 1-2 Switch game and not the sequel that only recently came out. I can see why it's only a £5 though, because I tried out 2 mini games and I could not stomach doing any more. Yeah, it really is just as bad as everyone said it is. Why Nintendo even released this when they knew it was terrible, I'll never know, but God, if anyone paid full price for this, what is wrong with you? I paid £5 and I feel horrible for it. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, moving on to a more fun game then. We have Another Crusade from Limited Run Games. Well, they were the publishers of the physical release anyways, from Dragon Vein. They're the developers. And this is another RPG, only it is based on Super Mario RPG from the SNES rather than the later Paper Mario games. It does have a bit of a lower budget game feel to it, because it probably was, but it does have plenty of charm with its wooden puppet visuals and solid Super Mario RPG style combat. Honestly, I never heard anyone talk about this game. I remember seeing a trailer for it from, I think Limited Run Games did a showcase of things that were bidding out. I saw it and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. I looked into it a bit more. Okay, turn-based combat, good stuff. Based on the Super Mario RPG game, good stuff. I like the whole wooden aspect of the characters. Looks interesting, so I just pre-ordered it on a whim, and I'm glad that I did because it seems pretty fun. Like I said, not a big AAA title, it is a budget title, but yeah, seems like it is very, very fun. So glad I picked that one up. Okay, next another limited run game, and this one is got a dog hair stuck to it. Gargoyles Remastered. So obviously this was originally a Sega Mega Drive game that has been remastered for all modern systems. The gameplay is basically an action platformer slash beat 'em up platformer based on the old cartoon. The graphics can be switched on the fly, though I personally think that the original style graphics look way better. Not a game that I played back in the day because I didn't have a Mega Drive back then. I was a Nintendo kid and the SNES version got cancelled. So I am glad to own it. It does seem a little bit difficult, but yeah, I'm happy that I own the physical version for it. It is nice to be able to switch between the two graphics, though. Yeah, I probably am going to play through it as the original Mega Drive style graphics. The new ones just look too clean and not as good. So yeah. Oh, lastly then for this huge Switch haul, we have Super Bomberman R2. D2. So with this one we do get the typical Bomberman style gameplay mixed in with a story mode that has you blowing things up, solving puzzles, and even throws in a kind of tower defense mode. And it's honestly very, very fun from the short time that I've played it. I just wish the original game was easier to get hold of physically, as it seems that all the physical versions of the game have been replaced with a lame code in the bot garbage. Yeah, so finally I just picked this one up. It was in a sale, it was cheap. I do like the Bomberman style of gameplay, so yeah. You do have a lot of different style gameplay. You're wandering around, you can explore areas, and you collect these little baby creatures and things that do stuff for you. There are different versions of Bomberman that I wasn't particularly familiar with. There is a story there. Don't know if it's a direct sequel to the first game or not. I don't think it matters, but yeah, you do have that classic Bomberman style gameplay. There's level editors in there. You build up a base which you add things in to make it like a tower defense game. And it just seems like a really fun package to celebrate 40th anniversary of Bomberman. So yeah, pretty cool. Very happy with that. And there we have it. Quite a lot of new Switch games. I'm just constantly picking stuff up for this system 7 years into its life. This does kind of have to be its last year, I think. You know, there's all rumours now that it's been delayed, the Switch 2, until early next year. And yeah, I think that is probably when it's going to come out, and the Switch is finally on its last year. But again, still buying games for it. I own well over 100 for it now, which is absolutely insane. It's one of my favourite systems of all time, and I just love constantly picking up games for it. So, I'm Big Cal. Thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the Switch games I bought. Let me know if there's any I should pick up, and I'll see you again next time.